In Belchertown, Massachusetts. We've gotten a lot of questions about this new series, which is known as the DK10SE Series. It comes from 40 horsepower all the way up to 58 horsepower, and is a hydrostatic transmission drive tractor with and without cabs, with loaders, with backhoes. And basically what's happening is a lot of customers are wondering if they can get away with this new DK10SE Series, or if they want to go with the NX series, which has been a model that's been out for handful of years now and been a very hot seller. But why would somebody pick this tractor over this one, or vice versa? And we're going to go through that today, the difference between the DK10SE Series tractors and the NX10 Series tractors. So we'll start from the front and we'll work our ways back. First off, we've got a KL5520 or 5521 loader on this DK10SE Series, and this loader picks up 2,550 pounds all the way in the air, full height, breakout force, full height, lift capacity. Come over to this KL6010 loader, which is going to lift a little bit more, lifting capabilities on this tractor at full height pivot pins. It's rocking right around 2,800 pounds, give or take a few. So there is a couple 100-pound jump from one to the other. You will also notice that in the spec sheets of the weight. So this tractor will be about, don't hold me to it exactly, but we're going to be around 400 to 600 pounds difference weight between the two here. Mainly that's in the rear end. The front axles are identical, no real difference there. The tire sizes, again, is something that's identical. The bucket sizes, 72 inch, 72 inch. Option for a bolt-on cutting edge on both. Level indicator to let you know from the cab that your bucket is level on the ground on both tractors. What else we got? Believe it or not, steel hood on the DK10SE Series. Steel hood on both, so that's kind of nice. The tractors are fit to do the same task, more or less. You're not going to do much more work with the NX over the DK. They're a very, very similar frame tractor. The hydraulic pump capabilities are also something that are very, very close to each other, around 16.5 gallons per minute. And this tractor is, again, don't hold me to it, but right around 16.9. I mean, we're talking really, really close comparison. Heat and AC in the cabs. The cabs come standard with front headlights, front wiper, side mirrors, rear heated window, and rear cab lights on both this series DK10SE and the NX10. Nothing changes inside the cab as far as, you know, the features that cab offers. However, the features on the tractor inside the cab may differ. So we're going to go through that in a minute here. They both have underslung side fuel tanks. Your loader run in from basically your front axle area all the way underneath to your rear end on both tractors. What else can we talk about here? We're going to open up both these cab doors, and I'm going to sit in there and kind of go over what each of them have. And we'll also be lifting the loaders to the air to show the differences. So inside this DK10SE Series cab, it's really roomy, really comfortable, not something that you're feeling like you're really boxed in here. The rear cab window opens and closes, and it's on a gas, piston style piston. There's a recirc and fresh air setup here to open for the rear. It has got rear speakers in it standard. It's got 8 total vents for your heat and AC. It's got a slot to add a radio. It's got your heat and AC control, a little sun visor, tilt steering wheel. I know I'm going through these features quick. I'm just trying to make these a comparison side by side here without taking 25 minutes to do so. Cup holders, perfect for your phone, whatever you want to throw here. You got these buttons right here on this tractor. You got an auxiliary button or a stereo button, a 12-volt outlet standard, an aux port plug-in, and a USB charge port. All standard on the DK10SE Series. So basically, if I had an auxiliary port or a cord right now, I could plug in, be rocking out to some music, even if I didn't have the radio option, which is really, really nice. So that's pretty slick. Mechanical four-wheel drive, in and out. That will be something that, to note, will be different on the NX. We'll show you that in a minute. It's going to be a push-button four-wheel drive. So this four-wheel drive is just in and out, mechanical. No buttons, no electronics. This is a low, medium, and high. which is, again, just a mechanical in, out, you know, high gear, low gear, pretty normal. Differential lock is a mechanical in and out. Brakes are splittable on the opposite side of our forward and reverse pedals, and they can be staying together. Parking brake standard, throttle right here. Joystick on your fender, really comfortable, easy to use, with a lockout option. Your 3-point hitch. This is just a normal 3-point hitch, up and down with a lock option to set your height. That will be a difference on the NX. You're going to get a draft control setup with the 3-point hitch, which for some people may be necessary, but most people probably not. Push button PTO engagement on and off, standard, which is the same on the NX. All your rear cab lights and wipers and heated windows and all that jazz is right here. There's one rear remote valve, which you have a lever, an auxiliary lever back here on the side of your seat. Pretty normal. Forward and reverse in the seat, hydraulic cushioning on the seat, and your hydraulic flow port to the back to adjust that speed of those 3-point arms up and down in the back there. If I didn't really note it, there's nothing really else that's different about this to the NX, and we're going to go over the NX inside the cab in a minute. First, actually, I will raise the loader in the air. This tractor also comes standard with a cruise control for your PTO, as well as, your cruise PTO with a control that's going to change it up and down in throttle increments of like about 100 RPMs, which is really slick. We're going to lift up both the NX and the DK10SE and dump the buckets fully so you can see their height, like me walking under it, just how far we are. Now, I'm 6'1", with a hat on, so maybe we can count at 6'3" now with my hat puffed up, but that gives you an idea on where we can bump underneath. We'll come to the back end of this DK10SE real quick, and then we're going to do the back end of the NX and inside the cab on the NX. So all the DK10SE and the NX will have a 3-point lift and lower control right from the back of the tractor, which is really slick. Single rear remotes on this tractor and the DK10SE. You have a rear toolbox in this tractor standard. The NX will not. Windshield washer fluid right here, standard. A little truck, or not truck, but like an RV style setup plug-in, or like farming style equipment, electrical plug-in. Mainly our differences here are internal 3-point lift system inside the tranny and the rear end. The NX is going to be external. We will have standard Cat 1 3-point all the way up to the 5310, and in this series, and then you go to the 6010, which is 58 horsepower. You get Cat 2, which is a nice thing. On these arms, we're just straight-legged arms. On the NX, they're going to be extendable telescopic end links. We also have standard turnbuckles, which you turn these with your hand to adjust the width of these arms, which you can lock in, and you can do pretty easily. But don't get me wrong, if you leave that grease or penetrating oil off these linkages for too long, you're going to be pretty upset. It's going to take a little bit of time to get those freed up. So, WD-40 in the inside the cab or in your toolbox can go a long ways with these, and that could be fine for one guy, but more or less, you're going to notice something on the NX now in the rear that makes it more, I guess, featured out. A little bit bigger rear end here. Single rear port hydraulics with the option of, I believe it is up to 3, at least 2 if I'm not mistaken, definitely 2, but possibly even a third. External lift, like I was talking about, external pistons. So of course your 3-point lift is going to be a little bit higher in poundage compared to the DK. Telescopic on these end links, not just straight links. So you can adjust that and hook into your implement, and then back into your implement, and it's locked in to hook up. Still a drawbar standard, still your PTO standard. It still has that 3-point lift and lower control arm here, which is really nice. Still got that little trailer plug set up. Still got your windshield washer fluid there, rear cab window. One thing you do have is a pretty open window back here to see what's going on under you. The DK10SE series, we come over here, and there is, if I'm not mistaken, a tiny window, but you got a toolbox in the way. Some people may remove that if it's in their way, but you got a little window back here. It's one little cutout. So again, I'm showing you every little detail on these tractors, but I'm just trying to give you apples to apples, what we're looking at here, or to really see if it's apples to oranges, not apples to apples. Rear fenders are plastic. That is one thing on the NX here, that the outskirt fender are plastic. The inner wells inside here are all steel, which are reinforcing up to about here, all the way through. But we come over here on the DK, and little smaller fenders, but all the way through, they're thick steel. So that's kind of nice, I guess. You know, a nice feature that tractor offers. The hydraulic lines, we'll show you that on both of them while we're still outside. Valving is tucked away really, really nice. They did a good job there. Quick disconnects are inline, color-coded back here in back of the loader. Not going to be in your way, not going to catch on brush, all pretty much protected there. We'll look at the other side of the NX, see how that looks. You're going to notice they did a similar thing. Tucked away, color-coded, easy to get at, in back, with the valve tucked up underneath. Really, really a nice setup on this tractor as well. Now, where I find a big difference is inside the cab of the NX here, you have a flat total floorboard, which makes you feel a lot more roomy inside this cab. As I mentioned, that DK10SE Series Cab is really, really roomy, but this gets even more roomier, I guess. So you just feel with a flat floorboard like you can lay your feet anywhere and you're never cramming them in any which way. I'll hop up in here. You can get in on both sides. You will have, again, little things, footstep on right side and left side to get on this tractor. Both doors open. DK10SE, footstep on only the left side or your driver's side, and in reality, there is not one on this right side of the DK10SE. Of course, that could be fabricated or added, no problem, but just little features to save money on that DK10SE. That might not bother you, but might bother somebody. In-cab mirror. There is not one on the DK10SE standard, although there is side mirror standard. These rear windows pop out and can lock in to get some breeze in on the NX. They will not do that on the DK10 because it is a smaller cab. Again, a lot of foot space here and flat floorboard. Really, really, you don't feel crammed at all. Still locking differential, still splittable brakes on the left side. Forward and reverse, still very nice. Low, medium, and high, so you got the same amount of ranges. Still got cup holders and setups back here, 12-volt outlet. Speakers pre-wired. 8 total vents again. Windshield, you know, cover up sunshade type of deal. In-cab light. Hydraulic PTO. Draft control on your 3-point arms right there. Rear remote control. And yes, you can have up to 3. Now that I'm inside the cab, I can confirm. I just could not remember for some reason there, had a brain fart. You can have up to 3 remotes. Throttle right there instead of on your dash. Joystick, again, on the fender, pretty close, comfortable. You got a standard armrest in the seat, which is underneath this plastic here, but armrests on the seat on this one standard. The DK, that is an option. Seat comes forward as a reverse, has a hydraulic cushioning. You will notice it's more of like a cloth seat on the NX. That one is more of a black, thick, kind of like leather on that setup on the DK. And these are the seats that they come with from the factory, so not really a preference in my eyes. A seat's a seat. I mean, as long as it's pretty comfortable, fits yourself pretty good, you're okay. Now, once we come closer inside this cab here, you're going to notice a bunch of different buttons right here. That's where the NX also adds in more value. It's got the cruise control PTO. It's also got some other stuff on it. You've got an actual cruise control for the speed to lock down that forward and reverse pedal, which you can adjust in small increments instead of revving it up. You can adjust how fast or slower you're going just by doing that. It's also got linked pedal right here. This is a linkage to link the throttle, which is right here, to the forward and reverse pedals. So as you're driving into a dirt pile, it would automatically rev your tractor engine up to give you more hydraulic power and more pushing power into that pile. You can turn link pedal off if you don't want that, but it's a really nice feature. again, can be added to the DK10SE series. There's also other buttons over here, like anti-stall function, which is a great feature. Again, so because when in a hydro, if you're in too high of a gear or pushing it to its limits, it's going to want to stall the tractor, and our engine RPMs are going to drop down. If you have a no stall feature on, it will basically auto-correct its stalling of the tractor and start to rev the tractor back up if it feels it needs it to a higher RPM, so it can't stall as easy. Auto and manual PTO, that is something where every time you lift and lower your 3-point arms in the back, if it's on auto, your 3-point PTO is going to engage and disengage every time you lift it up or put it down. If it's on manual, you're just pushing this button mechanically on and off to turn on and off your brush hog or whatever back there. Tilt steering wheel standard, lockout on the loader joystick. Really a similar size machine. The difference in price from one to the other, I mean, don't hold me to it because this is different from dealer to dealer, but when we're talking a $2,000 to $4,000 difference between DK to NX, depending on, you know, exactly what we're looking at, if it's apples to apples horsepower wise and stuff, but to be $2,000 to $4,000 from here to there and have a similar horsepower, a similar size loader, similar tires, hydraulic pumps, transmission, all that stuff, you just got to justify for yourself what's worth it. Don't get me wrong, if you want every possible creature comfort, this DK or the NX10 series is where it's at, but is it worth it to you for the extra money? I don't know, you decide yourself. However, we'll see how much more this loader lifts up in the air. That might be another difference we're going to check out. We got some headspace underneath. Versus before, we were right about there. We were basically right at 6'2", 6'3", 6'1", something like that. This, I'm going to say comfortably, I don't know exactly, but there's definitely probably 5-6 inches above my head or more. So we're talking closer to 7 foot. But anyways, these are the DK10SE Series tractors, which include DK4210, DK4710, DK5310, and DK6010. All available. Great model tractors. This is the NX10 series, which includes NX4510, NX5010, NX5510, and an NX6010. All available with and without cabs, with backhoes, with loaders, with front snow blowers, many different options. One thing that I didn't mention, and this is pretty huge right here, is if you need a shuttle shift cab tractor, non-hydrostatic, these are both hydrostatic transmissions, there is not currently a DK10SE series in a shuttle with a heat and AC cab. The NX10 series, there is a shuttle shift starting in the 45 horse mechanical shuttle with a heat and AC cab. So if you're looking for a shuttle shift, honestly, I'd persuade you towards the NX. But if you're looking at hydro, then you're open to both. You got two options here for you. So again, guys, that was a full demonstration, quickly showing over the two differences, differences between the two tractors here. DK4710 is what we're looking at. DK4710SE and NX4510 HST Cab. Both 45 horse, have the same motor, 3-cylinder Daytong diesel with a turbocharged engine. Pretty slick setup, reliable. Anyways, guys, if I can help you out, if these interest you at all, or any other Kioti products, or any other tractors per se, give us a call at 413-253-5456. Visit us on our website at www.orchardhillsales.com. I'll see you next time, guys. Thank you.